Hey guys, welcome back to TheTopher Drives. Today we are out in the California canyons with the 2023 Toyota GR Corolla. This is powered by a turbocharged 1.6 liter 3-cylinder engine. It's got about 300 horsepower, a little bit under 300 pound-feet of torque, a 6-speed manual transmission, it's all-wheel drive, and it is the newest, most ultimate hot hatch. I'm super excited to get it out on this road, show you what it's like. I've been driving it for a couple of days now, and I think it is my favorite new hot hatch that's on the market. So we're gonna go ahead and put that to the test today out on these canyon roads. But before we do that, let's hop out, take a look at the outside of the car. We'll talk a little bit more about what trim this is. So this is the core, this is the base model. It does have the performance pack, so we do have front and rear limited slip diffs. This one comes in at just around 40 grand. In fact, it's about 39.5. So if you're looking to have something like this for under 40 grand, this may be the car for you. That's with destination and everything. You'd be looking at just under 40. You can see that we haven't been super kind to it. It's very dirty. It's got lots of little water spots and things. We've been putting this thing to work in the canyons for the last couple of days, getting some seat time. And well, I'm excited to go out for one more blast here. We've got 3 exhaust tips here in the back. Take a look in the trunk here, a pretty decent amount of room. Dealer accessory GR Corolla trunk mat here. I don't believe we have a spare in this car, but we've got a goo kit and some other things back here. Overall, just such a cool thing that I'm so happy that we have here, for one, in the US, and for two, in 2023, because we went through a period where we didn't have a lot of hot hatches on the market. Luckily now we've got the Civic Type R, we've got the GR Corolla, we've got the Hyundai Kona N, and some other odds and ends here. The GTI never left, the Minis never left, but it's nice to have some new entries in the market. My dad bought a Ford Focus RS brand new in 2016. In fact, he still has it today, but kind of growing up and learning to drive around that car kind of influenced my taste in cars today, and seeing that this is kind of the closest you can get to the Focus RS in today's market makes me love it just that much more. The Focus RS was kind of the last hot hatch we got from Ford before they killed off all of their cars in 2020, with the Fusion being the last one to go out. So just the fact that we've got a new car, a new performance car here in 2023 is fabulous. So let's go ahead and hop inside. We've got Charlie here from Daily Motor driving that big white egg, the EQS AMG. We're going to be following behind him today because I am bad at directions and will probably get lost up here, lose cell signal, and perish in the GR Corolla. So we've got him as our navigator today. Core car, like I said, base model, cloth seats, but they are still pretty nice. They hug you in nice, and we've got some GR branding there on the headrests. That was a C63 black. Okay then. Trusty 6-speed manual transmission with an auto hold there for the hill to get you started. Now, I was a bit weary when I heard that this car was a 3-cylinder, because that is quite untraditional, but it makes a really cool noise and it just adds that much more flair to the GR Corolla. This is the motor that you get in Europe in the GR Yaris. This is the closest thing we have in America. Of course, this car is a little bit larger, a little bit heavier, but it does not mess around. The all-wheel drive system in this car, the limited slip diffs are just phenomenal. You can also split what you want. You can have a 60-40 split, front 60, rear 40, or if you move this dial here, you can switch it to 30-70 and have 70% of your power go to the rear. You can also put the diffs into track mode in the middle if you push down. And you've also got what's called IMT here, which is just basically auto rev matching. Also, you've got a drive mode selector down here in front of your shifter, which allows you to go into sport, normal, eco, or custom. Now the steering is a little bit light, I will be honest. I wasn't expecting to have such a light steering rack here on the GR Corolla, but it's nice, you know, it's not too light, it works. Still very good feel, and wherever you point the front end of the car, it goes. We are running on some Michelin Pilot Super Sport 4s, not 4Ss, so they're a little bit less grippy than you'd desire. I think a grippier tire would go a long way on this car, but if you opt for the Morizo or higher trims, you are able to get some stickier rubber here. Oh, the ride's pretty stiff. It's not quite Focus RS stiff, but it's pretty dang stiff. Rev limiter around 6,500 RPM. It can sneak up on you. I do wish the engine revved a little higher. Brake pedal feel is fantastic. Lots of fun turbo noises there. Auto rev matching system is fantastic. Look at Charlie hustle that big monster. All right. Pretty easy to shift it fast as well. Very communicative shifter and clutch feel. Got to be careful on these road surfaces up here. There's a lot of dust. It's been raining quite a bit, so the roads have water, some loose items on them. So we won't be going super hard today. Prius V, there you go. It's just that front diff is putting in so much work. There's no understeer. You can just power out of corners and it just puts it down. The only thing I will say about the powertrain with this little 3-cylinder is sometimes it does, well, not sometimes, it falls off a bit towards the higher revs. So once you get past 5,800, 6,000 RPM, it does fall off a little bit, but the mid-range torque is fantastic. So for things like this, you know, canyon carving, when you want that mid-range power, the GR Corolla has it. I appreciate the inconsistency of the turbo noises as well. Leaves some excitement. Ooh, a little bit of loose gravel there. A little bit of clenching action. Ooh, okay, a little bit of a rush. Now, while this powertrain is quite playful and it sounds cool like a baby V6, I do wish they did fit a little bit more of an aggressive exhaust. It's bassy in the low revs and it snarls in the high revs, but I wish that it was more Focus RS in the way that it would kind of pop and burble and be a little bit raspier, but that's just me. I like my cars to be obnoxious, like the Elantra N also. I appreciate that as well. Really being limited by these Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. After feeling the lack of grip back there, I'm anxious to, or I'm nervous, I should say. Fantastic auto rev matching system. I'm truly up there with the best. Slow down for the water section. And this leads up to a stop sign. Look at that EQS hustle. Man. I think they've got a good amount of power in this chassis. I think it could, you know, you could go 25, 30, 40 more horsepower and it would be fine. It'll be interesting to see as these cars are purchased more by customers, what people actually do to modify them and how the transmission and diffs can take more power. giving up a little there. Go ahead and go back into our 60-40 split here for the next section. And just a reminder, we are in sport drive mode. We've got IMT on. Yeah, this is good, guys. This is, you know, as much as I adore Porsches and weird obscure cars from the 80s and 90s, hot hatches are where it's at. I'm the happiest when I'm behind the wheel of a GR Corolla, an Elantra N, a Focus RS, a Honda Civic Type R, a Golf GTI. They really do touch your soul in ways that other cars don't. And I think it's because they aren't as intimidating. You can drive a Porsche GT3 all day and have the time of your life, but you've always in the back of your head, you've got, oh, this is a $200,000 car. What if I curb the wheel? What if this happens? And of course, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I'm driving a $40,000 Toyota Corolla. I hope nothing happens. But you can relax and just enjoy the drive in these cars. And it's such a pure experience. And God, I love it. The legs on that EQS are really something. See what it's got. And brakes feel great. Shifter's great too. I mean, the closest thing I can relate it to is an ND Miata. Feels really nice. Okay, we're gonna cool down a little bit here. Get ready to film this car for the Daily Motor channel. So make sure to look for that if you want Charlie's driving impressions as well. We'll have impressions on this GR Corolla Core on a lot of different channels. You'll see it on the Daily Motor channel. You'll see it on Winding Road Magazine. You'll see it on Tedward, and you'll see it on TheTopher. So all of the different opinions you can get from all of us professionals, besides me, of course. I'm not a professional. I'm just the intern, but all right, guys, well, coming up here to the close, and I mean, I always get nostalgic driving cars like this because they were such a big part of my childhood, and my first car was a Cobalt SS Turbo, and I just love the cars in this segment. I'm so endlessly grateful that Toyota has brought back a hot hatch for us here in the US. I'm thankful for Honda and Hyundai and everyone that still makes cars in this segment, because they are really what brings enthusiasts up and what get people into cars, and we need to keep this culture alive. So kudos to Toyota. It's a fabulous little thing. Would I recommend it as a daily driver? I don't know, but keep in mind that my father, who was over the age of 50 when he bought his Focus RS, daily drove it for 3 years. So if he can do it, I think anyone can, and I think that you should all go out and order or purchase a GR Corolla, because it is quite the experience. Let's go ahead and park it here, take one last look at the outside, and then that'll be it for us today. Look at this view, look at this car. It's been a good time. Well, cool, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me here in the GR Corolla. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments section. Make sure you check out our impressions on Tedward, TheTopher Daily Motor, and Winding Road Magazine on the GR Corolla. But that'll end it for us today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.